Hey guys, it's here. Welcome to this special interview that I have with somebody that I've been admiring, and I've been looking at his growth for a long time. And many of you might have heard of him, the one and only digital Pratik. Pratik has been in the influencer game for many years. He's one of the biggest influencers in the digital marketing industry. And you can see his content. He posts some really amazing content. He came into this world of the Internet Lifestyle Hub, and in 16 days, he was able to achieve 16 lakhs by implementing the principles learned over here, along with the other stuff that he's doing. And he's been able to really inspire a whole different breed of people in the space of Instagram, email marketing, sales funnels, and so on. So Pratik, truly an honor to have you in this interview. Great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. It means a lot when it especially comes from a guy whom I see as Indian Wix Trizius. Because in India, I've never seen somebody doing this crazy of an automation thing when it comes to digital marketing and the coaching business. So it's really like I feel blessed and grateful to be inside this particular session.
Thank you, Pratik. I remember we were discussing a little earlier on that your journey also started like very similar like how I started with Empower Network many years back. And that's
Yes.
when, I know you've been following Vic for a long time, and who I got inspired again from 2018. I took it more seriously. So tell us about your journey in brief, like how you transitioned from, when did you start and how did you transition to what you're doing right now?
If I talk about the start, I myself, I'm also a college dropout. And in fact, I'm a 3 times dropout by choice.
Okay.
I went to college.
Okay. Yes.
I went to college twice, and then that it was a third time. So but basically, I was not that lazy kid. I was a good student, and I scored 88% in PCM, like physics, chemistry, and maths.
Okay.
So I loved those subjects, and I was really good at studies. Not that scholar kind of thing, but always a good student. And till 4th semester, I was into electronics and communications engineering segment. And till 4th semester, all the subjects were electronics. I used to love them. I used to score very well. I used to work with projects, electronic projects with my HOD. And everything seemed very good in college. I was also secretary of Computer Society of India. I was also president of IEEE student branch. So somewhere when I self-audit right now, even though I was a good student, I always see that when I self-audit from first standard till my college days as well, I was somewhere down the line class monitor for all the classes, all the standards. I used to be like the striker bowler in cricket. I used to be like center volleyball player.
I played cricket for 6 years in school. Awesome. Good
oh my God. Awesome. Yeah. So like sports also was always been there. The fitness thing, I always love and admire to be fit. My idol is Akshay Kumar. So everything revolving around. And then all of a sudden, like unfortunately, like my dad got a paralytic stroke when I was in 6th semester, which is like 3rd year. And I was not able to take the examinations of 6th semester. And in engineering, we have the system that if you are not able to take the 6th or even semester examination, then you cannot sit for the next even semester. Okay. So I couldn't sit for the 8th semester. So in the 7th semester, I could go. So when the even semester is going, I took a drop. And I had to earn some money. So I started call center. So that was back in 2010. That was my first ever drop. And then after the odd semester comes, I had to come back to school. So there was no planning like all this digital marketing stuff. I never had a clue. So I went back to college, tried doing that. But unfortunately, I was not able to focus. And simultaneously, one of my friends gave me this Rich Dad Poor Dad book in 2010.
Okay.
So that's where like all the chemical imbalance locha like Munna Bhai started happening with me. That I started to broaden my mind. I was broadening my mind with respect to financial IQ, which I have never heard about. I come from a very lower middle class family where savings is the only thing. I used to get 4,000 rupees for monthly expense in my college from my dad, while my friends used to get 10 to 15,000. So that was the gap which I had with my friends as well. In my school as well, I only had cycle while all my friends had Activa, and at that point in time, Activa was like rich kids. So there was always a gap, but somehow I realized that struggle is something which I used to love, and that smile is always there with me, and that's probably my signature. And I saw this banner in 2010. Probably it was a banner of Wix Trizius landing page only. Make $5,000 to $10,000 extra because he was a super affiliate of Empower Network by then.
Yeah.
And that's where I started seeing these things, Empower Network, David Sharp, David Wood. I saw them. and $25, if you remember, the product was that blogging tool. So
Yes.
I didn't have $25. Obviously, I didn't have a credit card. I didn't have a debit card as well, which was international transaction enabled. All I had a normal debit card. So I asked my friend to just had the transaction of $25, and I promised that I'll repay you in the next month. So that was like close to 1,300 rupees at that point in time, and it was so huge, like 1,30,000 rupees now.
Yeah.
And I invested that. It was like investing in diamond membership for you. So like I did that, and then I lost, because in that system, then I thought, just by investing $25, I would be able to make $5,000. That was the mindset which I had of an immature Pratik Singh Chudasma, which is my full name, not even a digital Pratik at that point in time. And that's where I realized, no, this is not the thing. I have to pay an additional affiliate fee of $19.95, and then there is a $100 product of Inner Circle, and so and so and so. So I backed off. I didn't do anything. But then slowly and steadily, while I was cutting it short, like I did this second drop, then third drop, and finally in the third drop, I was against my entire family, against the entire society, and being a good Jew, and especially from a lower middle class family, when you take a drop, bring a bright student, you are into two things.
Yes.
Either you are into girls or you are into drugs. That's the mentality of the society. But I stood by my stands. I did this call center job till 2014, and I raised myself to customer service head. I did very well in call center as well, because as I mentioned, like I was a class monitor and all these things, but I used to stood up. So somewhere down the line, not the English or something, but the communication or not having that fear. When I'm self-auditing now, I'm self-aware now that I'm good at this talking thing or communicating thing. And that's where now I'm into personal branding thing as well. So that helped me a lot in call center job, which I had no clue about. I started learning things. There were trainings like how to roll your tongue. When we say, like in India, we say water, give me water. And while they used to say, give me water. And I never used to like understand what my man is saying over there in the training. But yeah, that was the journey of me understanding the communication barrier and everything. And side by side, I was doing this blogging and SEO as well. I started learning from gratitude. I started reading these books. I also have these books, and the magic, the hero, the secret, all these things like started happening. Then I'm a very good follower or a loyal follower of Vishen Lakhiani, mindvalley.com.
Superb. Nice.
Silva Life System came into picture in 2013, I suppose. I took those programs only free because I didn't have money for paid programs at that point in time. So yeah, that was the journey. And in 2015, I first ever time got this digital marketing legit job. I would say close to late 2014, I would say.
Okay.
And cutting it short, like fast forwarding 2014 to 2018, I raised myself to a product manager of a digital marketing institute. So I have a working 10 to 5 or whatever, like full-time job employee kind of career from 2010 to 2018.
Super.
And like after June 2018, I fully jumped into Digital Pratik. So Digital Pratik came into existence. I booked this domain in 2016. But fully fledged, like I was just saving money because I came in touch with Gary Vaynerchuk in 2015-16. I realized that this is going to be a long-term game. Keep saving money. It's okay if you're not able to succeed in Google Ads. It is okay if you're not able to become an influencer on Facebook. It is okay if you're not able to do something on Snapchat. And that's where I realized that I just have to keep practicing, executing. My tagline also became learn, apply, share, because I've been doing that. Right. And that's where 2019, because I had some money, I had some high ticket clients. Entire 2018, I invested close to 18 lakh rupees just in branding ads. Just branding ads, promoting my free content everywhere so that I'm seen. I used to do this whenever let's suppose if I have a keynote in Bangalore, 1 month prior to that, I'll just start promoting my ads in Bangalore to a specific location, so that when I'm there, people would be, ye sala dikha tha mere ko, ye sala dikha tha. You know, that kind of thing. So I psychologically was impacted in 2019. That's where I saw an explosion in like 2019 end and then 2020. And here we are sitting. I'm so blessed.
Amazing. What a journey. I mean, a lot of common things are, one is, Empower Network. Even I got influenced heavily by David Sharp, and I saw Vic just blow it out of the park, $700,000 in 30 days. Or
720, $720,000 in 28 days. And he also mentioned that he lost $20,000, and the last $10,000 is something where he made something. And it has been a great journey of him as well.
Yeah, it was amazing. So that is one common pattern. Again, going back, cricketer, what else? We had other One more thing you were
I
saying,
used to play
college
badminton.
dropout. Badminton also.
Yeah,
Okay.
badminton. I used to play badminton with university players. My friends used to play university. Once again, I didn't have money for all those kits and everything, so I had to always lay down back one step. But I always used to enjoy. Like I used to play badminton. I played chess till ninth standard. I used to
Nice.
read books of chess, how to do those steps and everything.
Amazing,
So yeah,
amazing.
I have been an active kid, I would say.
Awesome. Another thing is, again, you said Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was also the book that I started. 2000,
Yeah.
I think three. I read that book. My uncle had given
Okay.
it to me, and that opened up my mind. I decided, okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to be an entrepreneur. No more left side of the quadrant. I should be on the right side of the quadrant.
Exactly. The cash flow quadrant was actually one step like banging like that. Okay,
Yes,
fine. Rich dad poor dad can happen.
yes,
It
yes.
can happen.
And so now, if you look at your journey, it's amazing. So everything is adding up, like Steve Jobs, connecting the dots backwards. Everything is adding up. And at what point did you decide to, get into my course? Because I know you would anyway, like your influences are, you're growing it online for so many last couple of years. Even 2018, after running my agency for 6 years, I decided to get into this game, a product digital
Yeah.
coaching game. And pretty much the same time you started off Digital Pratik, that brand, explosion. So what made you, come into this world, and when did you get into my course?
Sure. So, if I say I was a very firm believer because I'm a Gary V fan a lot. So I
Yeah.
always used to give my content for free, and I understand people used to tell me, and I also maturely understood that free content की इतनी value नहीं होगी. That's clearly understood. But when I was doing free content, I was not willing to make money out of that.
Okay.
That was the purpose. So people don't understand this. If you want to make money out of your content, then sell your product. It's perfectly
Yes.
all right. But when I was already making money from my clients and all those things, and I never had a plan to jump into digital coaching business, I had consulting clients, I had marketing clients, and I was super happy. Plus, I had a vision that I'm happy to have 2 or 3 high ticket clients in 1 year versus me trying to grab 100 clients in 1 year and then get saturated.
Yes.
It's personal goals as well. So that's where, like, because I would say I'm a 100% self-aware guy. I'm proudly saying that openly on social media and everywhere that I'm super happy. I know what I want to do, and I have my goals. At the age of 40, what I want to do, I'm super happy. Going to my parents right now in the night and all those things. I'm super happy. So based on the self-awareness game. Since 2017 was the first time when I launched this blog, digitalmarketingforfree.com.
Okay.
And I started making people understand what is digital marketing and all those things, because obviously I was inspired by Saurav Jain and Digital Deepak, because they were into blogging world of
Yes.
digital marketing. So I used to do this blogging. Entire blog was on blogging. It was doing very well. I built a list of close to 15,000 double opted list as well at that point in time in 2017. And then once again in 2018 something happened. I had to take the job once again because of some financial crisis and family happenings. So that's where I went back to Delhi. I did job. I stopped that project. And once again in 2018 when I left that, I launched Digital Pratik University, because now Teachable was there. I was understanding these platforms. My last job, which I left now in 2018, was of product manager of a digital marketing institute versus me just being a trainer. So I understood how to manage a product as well and package it. So experience also added up over these years. And that's where I realized that, okay, fine, Digital Pratik University, now let me launch it as an LMS product versus me just running a blog in 2017. So that's how I upgraded once again for free, because I didn't want to make money out of that. All right. So that was 2018, 19. Once again, the same thing happened. I closed it, built a list. In 2020, lockdown happened. Unfortunately, because of that, a lot of requests were there to me that we want to learn from you, and if you can do something for free. And those were kids only, obviously, because I just want to, my audience more of it is on social media of youngsters. So just for them, just for them, I wanted to help, not to make money out of it. So in April 2020, once again, I relaunched this Digital Pratik University, and I got 22,000 students in April month itself for free. And it was going great. People started generating lakhs of rupees from that itself. I got that. And that's where in May month, the professionals were saying me and DMing me and at times emailing me that can you not make a paid program? Why not? And that's what I thought. Let me think about it. Still, my heart is not saying that I should go with the paid content. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And finally, by end of May, I was like, okay, fine. Let me do something as a test. All right. maybe I might help a little bit of people.
Yeah.
But at the same point in time, what I would be able to do is test my brand. That
Yes.
डिजिटल प्रतीक का इतना जो अभी मतलब बस बना हुआ है, क्या लोग पैसे भी दे रहे हैं क्या? Like, or is it just a buzz? So I wanted to test and help professionals as well. That's where I launched this program. I got in touch with you. And the first time when I bought your diamond membership, like straight away diamond membership, is because I wanted to get in touch with you straight away. Because my firm belief is if you want to get access to somebody who is doing extremely well and who is super duper busy in his life or her life, then either you pay money if you have to get the access, or you build yourself over these years and then maybe become friends. So we were social friends, but I wanted that immediate access as well for a couple of technicalities. That's why I took this diamond membership of yours and launched my first product, made a couple of bucks. But for the second program, which was Insta Automation, this is like 16 lakhs in 16 days. I actually wanted to follow a system because I now had a sales funnel and everything. So sales funnel is something which I already knew. ClickFunnels, I know all these things, but the automation part, the experience which you have in this is something which I wanted to learn and apply myself. And then probably I can share that with my system as well, as I always say. So that's where I started following your content. So it has been like almost, I would say, not every mastermind calls or something, but it has been almost 2 months since I have been like looking into your content whenever I get time, consuming that and just learning and applying new things.
Superb. Great to know about that. And see, you've already had this knowledge in digital marketing for many years, and you're also an implementer yourself. What specifically you got new after going through my videos? So was there like any new insight, a new way of approach that you were able to adapt after this? If you want to share that. Yeah.
Sure. So I would say that when it comes to coaching people, I'm more of Vix Rises, to be very honest, because I'm more of a raw guy. So if you have seen, like, out of these 32 minutes, like probably 18 minutes I'm speaking.
Yes.
18 or 20, 25 minutes I might be speaking. So I go in the flow, and then I'm also a Gary Vee follower. So I go very natural in the flow. I never script my videos and exactly spontaneous things. So that's where I saw you, and I was trying to just shift myself into that, because I understood that if I want to be in coaching business, especially in India, people want some structure. All right, people want some structure. The raw footage which I have, the natural flow which I have for this kind of things, I'll just keep doing this on my social media content. I'll never stop that. I might do that for interviews like this, where I don't script. I even tell my I tell my people like you that please never give me questions in advance, because then I'll fumble. All right, it's better to have natural thing and on the flow, on spontaneous. Exactly. So that's where I go, and from you I have learned that how to systemize that, how to structure that, how to keep it to the point, because it's difficult for me when I come from this background. It is easy for me to provide like 1 hour of content versus me crisping that and wo kurkure wala effect dena in 3-minute content, So that's something which I'm learning from you and applying and able to apply successfully for a few things right now, and still progressing with that with your courses. And the second thing which I have learned is the automation part. Obviously, as I said, I literally wanted to see. I mean, honestly, I would say this was my feeling when I upgraded for diamond membership, which happened like almost like 2 months ago. I upgraded that straight away. And I thought that I would be instantly learning that. And when I'm going into that, there is no program. And I'm like, okay, fine. What has happened? And then Siddharth Racheka's 1-minute video is there, that if you're watching this, then probably the program is still not there. It is still under process. And I'm waiting. And finally, when the program came, obviously the wait was worth. And automation, the things which I have done, tremendous. I have never seen probably there might be some marketeers like that, but I have never seen somebody doing that. And on top of that, giving it in a course, no matter what the price is, you have given it. And I can proudly say I would have invested 10 lakh rupees in that same automation mastery, because it feels that you have just given 10 to 15 videos, but those 10 to 15 videos are like in my language. You can just beep this down, but they are fucking valuable.
Thank you, man. Thank you for that. It's all those years of testing. I'm sure you would have done your own testing of so many tools, so many permutations, combinations. And for me, the goal has always been freedom. Like, I don't want to be busy. I want to be free, and I want this. And I want to put my business into God mode. So that was the intent. And then I was looking at different options. And of course, Zapier, we all know, but it's like this, like Photoshop. everybody knows you can pick up Photoshop tool, but then how do you design on Photoshop? That aesthetic is something which each designer will have a unique way, and that is what I want to bring out. So what are your thoughts about this? Because now everybody they want tools. Tell me which is the hottest tool, the big push button software to work. Tell me what are your views on craft, or your views on bringing out the aesthetic and developing your own way of simplifying that thing. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Tools.
See, I would say, sure. So I would say, like, tools, I always tell these people that go on Google and YouTube and search for the tools. Like, probably you are searching for some paid hi-fi tool versus, like, I have seen you in Automation Mastery, you have used Google Sheet to a level where, like, it is crazy. Like, just like looking at the Google Sheet, you can do so many things. Like, people are not getting it, that you can use Google Sheets. I've seen one of your interviews with I guess Ashwin, he's your friend as well. He made some $1 million in 1 week, something like that. There is a testimonial.
Yeah, Rashwin from
Rashwin, yeah.
Yes.
Rashwin, yeah. So I saw that video, not the entire one, but a glimpse of it, where he's also mentioning that he's only using, he started using just Google Form and then Course. And just look at this. Obviously, he has a team, he has an experience, he has a running business of $1 million a year. Everything matters. But at the same point in time, when you can scale it using some free tools, people are underestimating that.
Yes.
So people, when they are thinking that they have to simplify the process to scale their business, they are jumping into $1,000 of tools versus they underestimating the existing tools where they can work for 3 months. If you are trying to scale, if let's suppose you're talking business, you're not talking some kind of affiliate marketing for 1 month of a product, you're talking business for long term. And if you're thinking of a like 10x times value, if you're making, let's suppose if you're making 0 and if you want to make 10 lakhs, or if you're making 10 lakhs and if you want to win 1 crore, even like whatever it is 10x value. If you want to do that, invest 3 months in learning a free tool as well, and you will get so much of enormous of value. So that's my point. Like, people complicate things and people try to just see that, okay, you're fine. If this is a paid tool, only that can help me. Versus people forgetting the free tools which are there already in the market.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's so important to look at the aesthetics of the tool, like how you can bring out the best out of that particular tool, and then you can really save a lot of time. So the next topic is quite an interesting one, which is in my mind. What I've noticed, even you would have noticed this in the online space, there are two extremes of marketers. On one hand, you have people who are say, for example, Gary Vee is like full on content. Even you're in that zone of like generating volume of content. On the other extreme, you have people like Sam Owens, not even a single post on Instagram, and the guy is also making it really big. And
big time consulting guy.
Yeah. So I'm more consulting, and the guy has automated systems. He does not have social media. So we have like two extremes of this game. In fact, I did a video on this. Those who are fame focused and those are freedom focused. Okay, freedom. I mean, some people, like, there are some people, like, even in my case, I like to play the middle ground. I'm not so much that I don't post anything, and I'm not so as active as you as well. You're super active, like probably multiple posts in a day. So what are your thoughts on this point? Like, how do you see this entire industry? Because there are many people who may think that, okay, one is better than the other. How does one really find that flow for themselves?
The thing which I have deeply, when I say deeply, like the pressure of D on deeply is like 1 billion tons of water pressure, like deeply, which I have learned from Gary Vaynerchuk is self-awareness. Okay. Like we started our conversation with what? I went and self-audited myself up to first standard. And to this note, now because we are reminding this first standard, I took a drop in first standard as well.
Okay.
Right. I'm a first standard dropout.
Okay.
Because we were expecting my sister, my mother was pregnant, and I used to cry while going to school. And my dad was frustrated because we lower class family, he has to take care of his business and I'm crying. My teachers are calling my father at school and he's getting disturbed and all. So he requested my teacher and he said that, can we repeat the first standard?
Yeah.
Right. And that's where like I repeated first standard once again, setback. And something happened in my DNA and I became a scholar all of a sudden. I was not that kid, right? Something happened, something changed. Now I cannot express or cannot make you explain that what happened in my mind, right? Something happened, but that's where since first standard till 12th standard, I'm a class monitor. There has to be something in me, right? There has to be something. then let's suppose if you are like, you always tell that you are a DJ guy, you are audio artist and all those things. No matter how much effort I put in right now in this next 2021, I won't be able to be that big audio artist probably. Chances of me becoming somebody like a great audio engineer just like you would be very less. People don't understand. That's the self-awareness game. Now I am self-aware that I can put out content. I can speak a lot,
Yes.
which makes sense. Definitely. I cannot like I don't speak like bullshit things all the time.
Yeah.
Right. I genuinely bring value and I don't think of the length of the time. So I feel that if I'm able to do it, why not do it?
Yes.
All right. People don't understand that just because I'll go back to 2013. Vic Sizes was able to do it. I was not able to do it. Siddharth Rajsekhar was on that yacht with Vic Sizers in Big Idea Mastermind or whatever the program you were into that. You were the first Indian to go in that particular thing. Just by looking at that, should I feel jealous? No, I was not able to do that. Why? Because probably I was not made for that. And second, obviously, I didn't put efforts just like Siddharth put. All right. Yeah. People don't realize that. So if I'm on social media everywhere, people don't see and people don't go into my past that I have never been a successful blogger, just like Kulwan Negi, Jitendra Vaswani or Digital Deepak or Saurav Jain. I never become that YouTuber, even though I started YouTube in 2013-14. I never become that YouTuber just like Bhuvan Bam, Ashish Chanchlani, like the big digital marketers as well. I never. And then I think of Neil Patel and Gary Vaynerchuk. Both are successful legends, legendary marketers in their respective fields.
Yes.
All right. Both running greatest agencies in the world. Still, we see Neil Patel doing not that much of content, just like Gary Vaynerchuk. Same way I feel for myself versus all the marketeers. Let's take an example of you. I have never seen you bombarding with content, but inside the private community, people are not there. So I know how much content you are putting up.
Yes.
Right. So people are already putting out content. It's just that probably a lot of people are charging 30% of their content. A lot of people are charging 70% of the content.
Got it. Yes.
But people are putting out content. It's just that people are not able to see Siddharth Rajsekhar too much on their Instagram stories versus Digital Pratik who might be on Instagram stories. That's it. So content is there. Content is there.
Absolutely. So we can say that I mean, just to sum up whatever you're saying. So one is your experience, your self-awareness. You've been able to understand that you are very comfortable in that free-flowing content and high-value content, and you've picked the platforms. Like even TikTok, you just you nailed it.
Yeah.
And then so the point what I want to make is like everyone should find their sweet spot. And it's a part of that journey. Yes, that's what.
And to that note, I would just like to add one thing. I always used to tell this to all the people when I started doing this podcast and approaching podcasts for people. I used to tell every guy sitting in Goa beach in six-pack abs and underwear can do a podcast because they don't have to show their face. And every lady in the bikini can do a podcast lying in the beach because they don't have to see. They just have to speak in some microphone. So if you can share your experience, like I always tell people, if you are into a diamond membership, start sharing your experiences, what you are learning and applying every single day inside Siddharth Rajsekhar's community.
Yes.
What have you been doing for yourself after learning over there and then applying for yourself, and then share that for your community so that you can build your own community as well.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. Great point, Pratik. So how has your vision shifted after looking at what I've been doing? Have you made any new tweaks in your direction moving forward? You're building your community. How has that shifted after learning what's inside the Diamond membership over here?
In one genre, I would say it is like I'm learning more into the community part now, because like as an influencer as well, we have been seeing a lot of change in the patterns, like since past 2 or 3 years, I would say, that it is all about more of collaborations. We see all these TikTok stars, how they grew. There was no competition in TikTok. There was always collaborations. If you have closely understood musically, which then turned into TikTok and now on Instagram, Reels as well, all these TikTokers, most of the times, they are seen in groups, not alone. They are doing one concept for somebody, and then that would be the hero of that video. Then another concept and all the same people, and then somebody else would be the hero. तो जिसका अकाउंट होता है उसमें हीरो. So this to summarize, this was a collaboration model which we were understanding and studying and researching since long, and then it was on social media.
Yeah.
Right. That which I very well did and successfully did in my community as well on social media. That I collaborated with a lot of people. Now a lot of influencers are my friends, and getting that organic reach or reach all of a sudden is easy.
Yes.
Which then I studied since past 1.5 years, I suppose, in your alliance as well, that DMA.
Yeah.
Right. All you 9, you guys are into different segments, different auras. All right. Though you are digital marketers, so if normal people has to see, they will see you as competitors, but you have individually and intelligently selected some segments for yourself.
Correct.
That's where you have built this community and you're growing together 10x times more speed. All right.
Yes.
So this community part versus the collaboration part, which we were already doing, is something now which I'm deeply learning with respect to the private things, private community. So
community.
If you have seen paid community,
Yes.
So I learned this mighty networks. I got this idea. I was trying to do that on one of my friend Divyanshu Damani's platform, Tag Mango. It is still into like the growing phase right now. Okay. So I started understanding this, that yes, whenever we are charging somebody, we have to be so very deeply connected with our audience inside that community. It should feel like a family. Yes. All right. It should feel like a family, which is getting more importance, which is getting that personal touch, because the members would be less. It won't be just like social media following, where you have hundreds and thousands of followers. Over here, even if it is like 10,000, I just did this other day. I was just doing this calculation. If you have a 10,000 people community for the next 10 years, and if I calculate the LTV for the next 10 years, if I provide enormous amount of value, I'm sure those 10,000 people's LTV bare minimum would be what? Would be 10,000. Minimum. Easily. Yeah. And 10,000 into 10,000 is 100 crores.
Yes.
If you make 100 crores in 10 years, would it be a good amount? Like, nobody can say no in India. That's what people are not able to realize. On top of that, there are mutual funds, SIPs, stocks. If you like, वो बूंद से सरोवर बनती है ना, वैसे ही छोटा तो डालो. मतलब 10 years mutual funds will give you enormous amount of returns in assets.
Correct.
So people don't realize that. This is what I've learned from you, honestly, that yes, definitely. Private community mein jo ek family connection which I'm building now is helping me even more. And yeah, being a diamond member, like I'm not able to attend the calls, to be very honest, because of my schedule, but I'm learning a lot as much as I can by studying, because my genre is personal branding. So I study you guys a lot. As my Gary Vee mentor says, that watch what I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing now for you guys. Watching what you are doing, and then trying to replicate based on my executions, which are like super fast now based on my experience. So
fantastic.
That's something which I've added.
Fantastic, Pratik. Truly an honor to have you in this community and learning. And now you're driving forward your community, which also you're building now. And always there to support you and help you in whatever way I can to help you take it forward with your.
Thank you so much. Means a lot. Yes. Means a lot.
Superb. So all of you here watching, you want to know more about Digital Pratik? You don't have to, but you already know he's already everywhere. But in my YouTube channel description, there's a link to his next project. Go check it out. And be a part of his community. He'll be able to serve you, support you. You can also feel his energy of that service that's coming through over here. And if you want to get into this bandwagon, in my YouTube channel description, or even here, there's a link below. Get started on my silver membership and slowly move up depending on how things are. And Pratik, would you recommend normal people jumping in this?
I would, once again, you can beep my word. I can fucking recommend this 10,000%. And without a doubt, click on the link wherever it is around this episode. Click on the link, join this. You will never regret.
Thank you, Pratik. And all of you here watching, stay connected to my YouTube channel. I'm mostly active on YouTube. I have a Facebook group called Digital Leadership Mastermind. So jump in there for more content. And Pratik, normally I ask this question at the end of all my interviews. The question is, if you had to, based on your life experiences, based on all that you've been through, all the training you've been through, if you have to bring it down to one success principle that you live by and you'll continue to live by for the rest of your life, what is that?
Combination of two things. One of my own, which is learn, apply, share, and second, which is from a Kavita of Harivansh Rai Bachchan ji, which I heard from Amitabh Bachchan ji in a video, that man ka ho to acha, na ho to aur bhi badhiya. because वो फिर किसी और की इच्छा से हो रहा है और वो कभी बुरा नहीं चाहेगा. In English, if I convert, life is a struggle. As long as we live, there is going to be struggle.
Yeah.
The sooner you accept, the better it would be. Because if something is happening according to your wish, it is good. If it is not, it is even better, because then it is happening because of some divine force which will never think ill about you. And that's where I always feel that you should daily learn something new in your life, daily apply that something new which you have learned in your life, and daily share that something new which you have learned and applied in your life with other people, so that you can empower yourself by empowering other people.
Fantastic. Great stuff, Pratik. Thank you so much. More power to you. And let's change the world together. We are on this journey together.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keep smiling. Thank you.